Hello, my name is Yuan Shang. Today, I'm going to mainly talk about the severe social and psychological phenomenon, social isolation. The focus of this slideshow is the leading reasons that contribute to the typical social isolation. According to the research on the Journal of Biobehavior Medicine, social isolation is first recognized in an epidemiological research of late 1970s and 1980s. Also, the magnitude of risk associated with social isolation is comparable with that of cigarette smoking and other major biomedical and psychosocial risk factors. On the other hand, the increasing trend of mobility is also another element that leads to serious social and health problems. Based on this chart from Stanford University study, it's not hard for us to conclude that the less talking with friends, less meeting with families, and less social events are the three typical performances of social isolation. Therefore, based on the high risk of it and the increasing tendency of mobility, we'd better analyze the leading causes of social isolation through three aspects. They are the fast development of electronic devices, overuse of social networking websites, and the high pressure from the real world. First of all, I would like to give priority to the fast development of electronic media devices. According to a research by New York Times, this graph shows obvious trends of social interaction and electronic media use, as well as their relationship. It illustrates that the more usage on electronic media, the less social interaction will occur. Along with the incredible development of kinds of smartphones, laptops, and portable devices, people spend increasing time with their iPods or Kindles rather than their parents and friends, especially for young people and students in schools. They're easily attracted by the high digital products and can learn how to use a new cell phone in a very short time than the elder adults. Thus, they become the important target customers of those high technological products. For example, some students are addicted to kinds of social networking websites. Some are lured by various exciting online games, and some of them can't stop texting with friends on cell phones. These behaviors are gradually becoming habits, which are pretty hard to change and break. Their cell phones, computers, and laptops and iPads becoming their intimate friends whom they spend most time with. Based on research conducted by Dr. Waldman and Lahi on Journal of Child Psychology and Psychiatry, it proves that over-addiction on computers and smartphones probably result in some mental illness and other healthy problems. The harmful radiation from these devices is the key reasons that people, especially for young children, must limit their time and distances with those devices. They could potentially hurt our brains and central nervous systems. The second, but still important aspect, is the massive networking websites. Facebook and Twitter have spread throughout the whole world. People from any corner of this world can communicate with each other at any time in any style. That's an amazing step of globalization and brings about many advantages in lots of areas, like business and education. Meanwhile, these websites start to establish a virtual world that could help people do everything they can or cannot in the real society through internet. Millions of people build their second identity and second network through Facebook or other websites. However, they're losing the sense of sensitivity and normal emotions about the real world little by little. They become cold, isolated, and indifferent. Some of them even rely on the roles they play in the virtual network and lie to others and themselves. That will create many antisocial behaviors, such as online crime, dishonesty, and social isolation. Moreover, the massive networking websites and the over-addiction on it reminds me of another term, computer-mediated communication. It is a type of communication that relies on the computers and other internet-based devices. A research by Journal of Personalities and Social Psychology Bulletin was conducted to analyze the effects of CMC. It shows that the addiction on computer-mediated communication may reshape the personalities and values of a person. However, for young people and students in the campus, they are the group of people that are most easily influenced and hurted by the outside elements. The potential negative contents on the websites and the crime risks can both result in terrible outcomes that possibly ruin our current generations. Furthermore, the last factors that contributes to the social isolation is the high pressure of people. It is known that we call the current generation as Generation Y. It is a generation from 1980s to 1990s, and usually depends on kinds of digital products and websites. Otherwise, why they were identified as this name, and what makes them to escape from the realistic world? The answer is that they are facing relatively high pressure in the real society. The higher expectation from parents in the life, and higher pressure from workplaces and schools. The intense competitions and depressing economy have already been their heavy burdens for a long time. At that time, the internet became the only exit that they can escape from the real world and the real pressure. From what I've talked about, the rapid development of electronic devices, over-addictions on network websites, and huge pressure all play significant roles to lead to the social isolations. Finally, I always think that we all have responsibilities to encourage those young people who are facing with these difficulties to be brave and motivated. Social isolation is definitely not an illness that's only related to part of people. It is a social problem that requires all the efforts from our schools, families, friends, societies, and themselves. For more information, please visit the website of psychosomatic medicines, and please read the article at New York Times, Is Social Networking Killing You? Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.